What's up guys, today in this video I'm going to be showing a early life sextillion, septillion, and octillion setup that uses a minimal amount of rebirth items and collectible items. So let's go ahead and show you the setup. So what we have going on here is a Pharaon Blast Upgrader loop, very inexpensive items. If later stages of the setup can cost more money, like if you want to have the flaming ore scanners and the orbital upgraders, definitely not that expensive, but you can go check out my quintillion setup, which is you could make that even better because of like rebirth items and stuff. But this setup, it does use some items that have like a rebirth requirement, but very low. I think like the highest it could be like 10, maybe 15, something like that. So the beginning of your setup, the mine doesn't really matter. If you're around life maybe 30, 25, you probably have at least a Newtonian mine. It doesn't necessarily need to be that, and you don't also really need to use the big Bertha, but it's just a nice upgrade. So you're gonna have these ores looping through, and this is a very quick loop because the ore values are somewhat high already. And so going with the setup, we have a couple of portable macro waves. These are also kind of expensive. How much they are? They are 1 quintillion. So as long as you use the setup that I provided in the other video, or if you even have like a cell furnace or something, so you can make easy cash, then that should be relatively easy to get. Then we're gonna have a spectral finder. If you have it, the astral predictor, this shouldn't make that big of a difference because it's not that good, but it's something. Then you're gonna have 4 ore steamers. Make sure that they work best when they're lined up like this, so when it's kind of centered with each other, so make sure to do that. And then you're gonna have 8 nuclear conveyors, a conveyor ramp, and an overhang upgrader. This is so you can get the ores that actually like hit it, although they're small. You don't necessarily have to do that, but if you're using bigger ore, but like regular size ore should honestly be like what you're going for, especially because like Newtonian and stuff. Going back to the setup, we have 10 plasma iron polishers, then 30 portable ore advancers, 3 orbital upgraders, and I'd say 3 flaming ore scanners, and make sure to have those ores centered going into a Pharaon Blast Upgrader so the ores can stop being on fire. And if you have it, you should go ahead and use the quantum ore cleaner. And then if you do not have the Tesla, which once you get the Tesla, it's basically a GG. You don't necessarily have to do this. What you could do is you can just have your ore going to this, and you'll still get some sextillion. But if you have the Tesla resetter, what you could do is something like this, where you have some reversible conveyors going into a teleporter, which goes all the way back to the beginning of this setup, per se. And then your furnace, probably Shrine of Penitence, plus if you have something like, I'm not entirely sure about Dreamer's Fry, but like Frozen Justice, go ahead and use that. Make sure to use like a flame scanner or whatever it's called. Yeah, so let's go ahead and send our ores through. I'll show a couple of the ores that don't necessarily, or I'll show a couple of ores going to the furnace without being reset by the Tesla, just to show y'all that it still makes money. So also we're using an ore tracker. It's pretty useful, so I'd suggest using it. And you could add more ores or less ores, it doesn't really matter, but I just prefer to do like something kind of moderate like this. So we're gonna have most of my ores going through here, and I can just flip this, and you can see that I'm making, oh, maybe not as good as I thought, but high QN. So if you use a lot more ores, you can have a multiplier, or sorry, not a multiplier, cash value of around sextillion, which is pretty good. So we have our ores going through again. You can already see they're pretty high value, and if you have items like the pineapple refiner, or just anything in general like that, maybe if if you have the lightning bolt refiner, use that, but you can add that into your setup. So anyways, you can see we're making pretty solid septillion, and if your rebirth price is higher than this, then what you could do is do the setup maybe like once, then have a second loop that goes through the serpentine upgrader, which has a cap of, I believe, 10 trillion. So it's higher than the Pharaon Blast upgraders. So let's go showcase that with the gosh, what's it called? I can't think today. Let's throw some ores in, and even without using these upgraders, you can making octillion, which is quite high for someone in my life. Maybe not really, but in reality, we can be doing this setup like probably almost like as soon as your first rebirth. But I wouldn't suggest doing that, because you could be like skipping lives, and you definitely don't want to be doing that near the beginning of the game. So you can see the ores, it's a lot higher of a multiplier on this. It's times 40, or sorry, not times 40, 1.4. Should be capping out soon. Okay, we can see some blinking. Let's go ahead and flip the directions on this. Most of them are capped out, so let's go ahead and do that. Thanks for the support on the latest video. Make sure to put in the comments suggestions on like what else to upload, like setups, guides, maybe even item reviews. I know I used to do that a couple times. But yeah, support lately has been very nice, so grateful for that. But yeah, just like suggest anything. I also have a Discord if you want to join that, although I'm not really active on that. So let's go ahead and flick the reversible conveyors. Our ore values are a little higher than compared to last time, but honestly, you don't really need to do the serpentine upgrader, but it's just a little extra cash. Then we'll have it going through here, and boom, that is octillion. And that would probably wrap up this video. So thank you guys for watching. I hope this helped y'all with your early life rebirthing, and I'll see you in the next video.